and Rory McIlroy. They started on the back nine. This for an opening birdie.
You can't birdie them all unless you birdie the first. What a dream start. We knew that this.
At 15, McIlroy for the eagle. After he bogeyed 13, birdied 14. So that could get him to 3 under. So to 4 under, and McIlroy 3 under at this point, playing their final hole of their opening 9.
Similar proposition. Could be a dangerous second shot. He just hits it right over the top of the flag.
Second shot at the par 4 first, and he's 4 under.
For how long?
Not long. 5. McIlroy getting set for his second.
Extreme right hand side of the fairway. 180 left of the hole. Very little wind, warm, humid day.
So he's aiming this through the middle of the green. Flag cut on the right.
Yeah, just a little left of the hole.
Very still right now out there. Flag not even moving as McIlroy is 2 off the lead at 5 under.
And 300 even left to the hole. 285 to cover that front right.
Started a long way right.
Well, but it's drawing back. It's still maybe just a shade right. That was killed. Man, was that a long way to carry that ball.
Definitely reached. McIlroy's third off the green.
Much better lie. Much more green to work with. You hear that sound? You could hear the rough before the ball. That's the reason why it's released so much.
But he caught it even heavier than he'd want to catch it. Live look at McIlroy, and this just off the edge for birdie.
And just inside 15 feet after a really poorly played chip across the green. I shouldn't do much back uphill, so.
You wonder why they call it the equalizer.
Makes that chip good now, doesn't it?
Man, how confident, how relaxed, how easy does he make that look? McIlroy 1 off the lead at 6 under. Tee shot here at the par 3 6th.
Ideally a little left of the flag. He just has hit so many shots. Doesn't matter where the trouble is, just right over the flag. Fearless.
This birdie putt, some show so far today. Put on by these two.
Yeah, it's just spoiled again. Second straight week.
We get to do it again tomorrow, as a matter of fact.
At the 7th.
And Rory McIlroy on the tee. Kind of an awkward angle back here, Frank.
Yeah, it's sort of like a fairway that snakes its way up. You really got to know how far you can carry the ball. Determines how far right you hit it down here.
Figure very nicely.
To 7.
And Rory McIlroy, Roger Maltby's down there.
Yeah, center of the fairway, 163. Hole just past midway on the left-hand side, protected by a big bunker down the left. Noise coming from the right side.
Finish it. It's okay in the white hat.
Went a little against them from the right here. Or excuse me, from the left to right.
Really one of the flattest greens on the golf course. Doesn't seem to like it.
Now, this going at the very right side of the green. And you can't be enamored with that at all.
53 feet and a break of 1 foot 6 inches.
As you can see, more chance of 3-putting than making from that distance.
Terry, I tried to tell you this was a pretty flat green and you didn't buy it.
I always buy what you tell me. Just wanted to check it with the numbers, that's all.
Yes, sir.
At the 8th, Roger.
126 left for Rory. Just a bit of a wedge, wind kind of coming from the right. Maybe helping ever so slightly. They should have some spin.
And he certainly did, Roger. That short birdie attempt to get to 7 under par. Rory McIlroy for birdie. And And he converts. Beautifully done there by Rory McIlroy. He's now at 7 under par, joining Bo Van Pelt. One shot back of Webb Simpson's lead.
Rory's ball as much in the fairway as Tiger's was out. He has 250 left to the hole.
Cut it in, yeah.
And a dry ball and a perfect lie.
60. Yeah, float it in. Yeah.
Well, even though the flag's on the left, he said he's going to try and cut it in. So he wants to take a little bit off it.
Well, he flew this club close to 300 yards there back on number, what was it, 5? This one now peeling right, so maybe he does need to take a little off.
Didn't make it to the bunker either. McIlroy up and down here gets him to 8 under with a share of the lead, but it won't be easy.
No, it's on a steep uphill slope here. He got a lot of green to work with. He's going to try to get this ball on a little lower trajectory than the slope might dictate, and try to get the ball to release across the green, I would think.
Green not as flat as it looks on TV.
He's done that. That is pretty nicely played.
Why would we doubt him right now? Been interesting watching those two, to say the least, today. I mean, this, whatever you want to call this rivalry that has developed, a 23-year-old and a 36-year-old.
Well, it's also someone that's playing well regularly when he's playing alongside. Rhodes as he pops it in for one better.
To 8 under and a share of the lead. 64 for McIlroy today. Off the 20 under last week. McIlroy for birdie at the opener.
26 putts yesterday. That trend continues.
McIlroy 9 under with a 7-iron at the par 3 sixth.
Hole cut close to the left side. And we've seen that look a few times lately. Just eyes going up and down, right on line.
Hit it to within a couple of feet at the birdie at 3 and a bogey at 4. Got another one right there. 10 under par.
The birdie attempt by McIlroy. Youthful exuberance, Frank. Love seeing Rory's reactions. Go to the 9th right now.
Green light for Rory McIlroy. 216.
Get in the hole!
That for eagle. And McIlroy now at the 9th. This for eagle to get it to 11 under. Making it look easy again on day 2. Second for McIlroy in the bunker. Roger Maltby there watching him.
163 to the hole. Sand here wet, firm, so it should make it a little bit easier to catch solid.
Par 4 that's playing 387 yards, and that's well short. To get up and down to save par. Rory going to go back in front of the green, and McIlroy with 5 wins now at the age of 23. Said just wanted to keep playing. Some said, why don't you take this week off? You're well positioned to come off a win. He said, no, I need that momentum, and being number 1 going to Eastlake is extremely important.
Yeah, well, he had a lot of gaps in his schedule early on. He knew this was going to be a heavy time of the month for him. But Roger, already 2 bogeys on his scorecard today, trying to avoid a 3rd.
Not an easy pitch to get the ball the right distance. Hole cut just over a little crown in the green, so he'll have to hit something short of that crown and have it release up across it. And that checks up too quick. That was a tough pitch. Nothing simple about that one.
To 10. This to save par for McIlroy, Roger.
And kind of an awkward read here. Uphill part of the way, then starts to run away. May go to the right early. I think it may straighten up. No, continue to go right.
Frank, it's as if he's just closing his eyes and letting it happen.
It's just flowing.
every aspect of the game.
Check in on Rory here at 11, Raj.
And missed the fairway left, laid up 136 left now. Hold back right.
Stay there.
Checks back nicely. Well done there. We'll have a birdie attempt. We're back at the 11th hole now. Tiger made his birdie. Here's Rory McIlroy's birdie attempt to tie for the lead. He is rolling the ball beautifully. That's his 5th birdie of the day. Rory McIlroy is back on top, sharing it with Vijay Singh here in round 2 of the BMW Championship.
Back at 12, McIlroy sharing the lead at 12 under.
That's exactly what Rory sees. It's a blind tee shot. It's like an S-type fairway.
That'll settle down. The rough is deep. His second at 12.
With driver here, left rough now 143. Thick lie, but one I think can be managed. It's a little left of the hole.
That's a good shot from where he was. It's just a little portion on that back. Anything over the back, he would have paid dearly. Instead, another birdie chance.
Now eyeing this birdie try, already sharing the lead at 12 under. Raj, you get the sense out there, I mean, with him that he is just getting out of his own way and just playing right now and riding this?
Well, all facets of his game are on go, and that's when you just want to get out of your way. So, yeah, I'd say he's doing that very well. Nice puddle slice.
I mean, you feel like this is going in. It's sliced hard. They take you out to 13 and the wedge in the hand for Rory McIlroy.
158-yard dogleg left par 3. Man, this thing is tucked way over there in the left. It's hard to get a view of it. Very high, just right of the hole. Nice.
You need a crooked head on this tee.
McIlroy with a chance, Roger, now at 13 to grab the outright lead.
And I agree with your statement of last hole, Terry. I mean, every time he gets over a putt, you're thinking that, well, it's probably going to go in.
I know.
Or a good chance. He's on that kind of roll. And this one is makeable.
They took a little bounce in the middle.
He'll stay at 12 under.
And back on the 14th tee, tough hole, 497 yards. It's a 90-degree dogleg left. You've got to put the ball in this fairway. And wow. Now Rory with his second.
254 to the hole, Peter. Downhill, side hill, lie, ball above his feet. Wind coming from the right. If he gets it anywhere on this green, it's a great shot.
This is his 4th consecutive missed fairway, Roger, and you can see that there's a small little opening there on the front of the green. It's about 8 yards wide, so for him to get this there, he's going to have to really thread the needle.
Yeah, everything's fighting him. All the conditions, lie, wind, stance, all working against him. He's got a lot of club on him, but it's going right.
He's going to have a tough angle on that pitch. But I wouldn't put anything by this guy. You've seen him hit some tremendous shots in the last couple of years. Rory McIlroy with his 3rd at the tough 14th. Oh. As I said, you can't put anything by this guy. Now this would be spectacular up and down, Roger, if Rory were to make this putt.
It would. A little downhiller should move to his left, and yeah, it would be. That 3rd shot was plenty good. The 2nd shot, really, to move it up this close to the green, I thought was pretty good.
So McIlroy's going to drop a shot here. Back on the tee, McIlroy.
Good one there.
A little draw
98. So the old guy Tiger Woods got him on that one. All right, over at the par 5, 15th, McIlroy ready with his second shot, Raj.
Just under 230. Playing into the wind also right to left a little bit. Sure, with his shot shape, he'll try to send it out at the right side of the green and let it move left. Well, this is high and right. It is not going left.
He's yelling 4 right. That's up in the grandstand. And he's motioning to
That's what this ball carried yesterday here.
Fitzgerald.
21 hole.
Obviously not happy with something. That's a couple of shots now that we've seen him fan out to the right. Both the tee shot at 14 and the second shot here.
Sounded like he was suggesting it too much club.
And McIlroy playing his third shot. Raj, an area where the gallery's really kind of trampled the grass down.
It is. He's taking relief from the grandstand. It was interfering with his backswing, so now has dropped the ball twice and went closer to the hole both times, so placed it. This green runs away from him a little bit, but the lie is pretty good and should have enough green to work with. Not the toughest pitch in the world. I don't know if that'll run out that much. Oh my gosh, it is. How about that?
Whoa! Well, Raj, that's why we're calling him, and he's hitting them.
I thought he might land that one on the green, but it turned out fine.
What a shot. Tap in birdie. McIlroy to 12 under par. Let's watch his reaction. He sees it's running down the hill. How about it? Will it stay far enough right? Almost.
Now Rory with the driver. It's a tough fairway to hit here, Frank. It's tight. It's long. 16's 470 yards, and ooh.
Yeah, those bunkers choke it down at 300.
Yeah, and that bunker right there that Rory just missed is about 10 feet below fairway. Now Rory playing first, Roger.
And 167 left to the hole, but has got to keep the ball underneath some branches, some 30, 35 yards ahead of him. So he tried to hit something low and run it up there. Got a decent lie over here. Right, rough, pretty thin. Yeah, caught the rough, didn't get up high enough, and he'll still have 115, 20 yards left for his third, I would think.
So we go back to 16.
Rory with his third, Roger.
Sand iron from the right rough, 113. Lie was good. Just a little left.
So far, he's making a mess out of this one. Now McIlroy with this little bump and run, Roger, he could make this.
Yeah, I'm guaranteed. That's all he's thinking about. This hole in this chip shot. It's not hard. Should move a little to his left. Stubbed a little bit.
So he'll have that left for his bogey. Now McIlroy now has this 3.5, 4 footer for bogey.
Not much left in this, Peter. But after his tee shot, it always looked like he was probably going to make 5.
Yeah. Well, the wet conditions, the rough is so long and so thick that if you miss the fairways here, you really have your work cut out for you. So a 5 for McIlroy at 16, drops to 11 under and 2 back of our leader, Vijay Singh. It's his 4th bogey today.
And now trying to move on to Atlanta as we move over to 17 with McIlroy's tee shot.
This right of the hole, that's going to miss the green right.
No,
That's not good.
no, that is not. We just saw Bill Haas from a little farther right than that. Have to make a good putt for a bogey.
Well, let's have a look from above, Gary. We know his stock shot's a draw. Just check the hip action. It's quite unique, really. Most people's on the way down, their left hip will go forward, then sort of stop at impact. So, yeah, it stops, they catch up, and then through. And just can't get the ball to turn to the left over the last few holes.
Back in the 17th, McIlroy, second shot here at the par 3. Delicate. Has to land the ball on downslope. A little clicky. Little clicky there. Now McIlroy for his par. And he's got it. These guys are filling it up, Frank. Greens are really pure.
Oh, it's a huge sigh of relief for Rory.
Rory 3 under today. So he's one behind Tiger for the round today. Tiger's 4 under.
And he's also flared a couple to the right.
Yep.
Tougher hole driving wise. He likes to shape it right to left.
You have to start it out over the water to really.
No problems here, it doesn't appear.
Both of them hit their best when they needed it.
Up to 18.
All right, there's the water all along what is the player's right, eventually to the green. And Rory ready now, Raj?
Yeah, Terry, 134 left of the hole here. Good angle from the left side. Hole cut front right. Wedge out. I would think you might be able to really kind of spin this ball maybe off the green. This has got to be a pretty firm wedge here. This a little left to the hole. Well, it didn't spin as hard as I thought. Wonderful shot.
Headline group, top 3 coming in. The FedEx Cup point standings on 18. Numbers 1, 2, and 3. McIlroy, Watney, and Woods. And Rory and Tiger. Boy, trading blows the last 2 days. Shot after shot, answer after answer. And they're near the top of the leaderboard, both with birdie opportunities now at the final hole.
Fun to watch, Terry.
It's been great,
Fun to
hasn't it?
watch. It has. It really has. These two guys with this kind of talent duking it out. Pretty good.
Now make Roger, if they play in twosomes tomorrow, we get to watch them together again. PGA Tour not sure if they will yet or not because of the inclement weather in the area. We'll see. Might go threesomes. McIlroy to get it to 12 under.
Watching it, if anything, go a little bit to the right, not much.
First one is gone.
Frank, he certainly didn't have his A game today. He fought for the 68.
It's a sign of how much he's improved. Days gone by, that round would have got away from him. Instead, 68 and just one behind Vijay Singh.
From Holywood, Northern Ireland, Rory McIlroy.
McIlroy back in the #1 spot in the world, #1 on the FedEx Cup points list, won last week. What more can you say about him, Johnny? He's just got all phases of the game going, and when he does, he's got the kind of throttle that just pulls away from fields.
Oh, yeah. These two are starting up the right-hand side.
McIlroy's second, Roger.
114 left from the right-hand side here. Tree almost in the line. Kind of a bit of an issue between he and the hole. Branches that are extending from the right-hand side.
Just missed the branch. Nice shot.
Some performance last week.
Well, John, there's a little slope that comes into the green from the right-hand side. I think it'll influence a little bit to his left. Slightly uphill. Pretty good looking birdie.
Yeah, not a lot here, just a titch. Should be able to make this. It's a good putt. He sort of weak and pulled. That's a disappointing combination.
So a par start for the FedEx Cup points leader. Go to 2 for Rory's tee shot. 442-yard par 4.
Oh yeah. Solid here.
Averaging 310 yards this year on tour, 6th longest, and it's one reason why he can challenge a guy like Tiger. He's like, you know, he can match Tiger blow for blow.
Now McIlroy.
All right, get him, Roy.
Go.
Pretty good.
World #1 trying to make it back-to-back playoff victories. We're live with McIlroy and his birdie try.
About 15 feet, if anything, just a little movement left.
Right all the way. I mentioned the really outstanding play by McIlroy as of late, and that illustrates it right there. Look at all those rounds in the 60s in the last 6 rounds. 32 under par. That will get it done.
That is playing some golf.
What do you think of that drop-in move at the top where he drops it inside the plane, Peter? Because that's not something you would work on.
No, but as long as he keeps his body turning, you get in trouble when you stop your body and your arms go. Now you're going to be flip hooking it.
VJ at 5 iron. Oh, this is just right of the hole. Solid looking shot.
Flew past the hole location. That is a beautiful leave.
As we go back to 3.
And Roger, it's such a big advantage to put the ball on that closely mown area so you can clean it, lift it, put it in a nice spot, and take a run at it.
Well, this putt almost looks to me like it wants to move just a shade right coming out of the fringe. Straighten up in here in the cup. Well, boy.
Now Rory, for his par, that birdie putt got away from him a little bit.
That's a good 4 feet.
Solid.
And last to play will be McIlroy.
Came to rest just left of a little bunker here. Ball sitting down just a little bit, but can get the club in the back of the ball. Has a little grass in front of the ball to hit it through, but 194 left. This going at the right side of the green.
Great shot.
Pretty good shot from there.
Yeah, it's a very good position if you're going to miss the green. We go to the 4th. McIlroy able to again move the ball a little closer to the green, no closer to the hole though, with the lift clean in place.
This fringe to putt through. This also uphill. We'll move to his left.
Good line, enough speed, yes sir. McIlroy to 13 under par.
What a birdie.
Yeah,
Out of the rough.
on what is certainly one of the harder holes on the entire golf course.
Back here at the 5th. McIlroy laying up.
Well, he's lucky to hit it where the gallery's been walking, but he doesn't seem to like might be going left. Oh, wow. That was a bad shot. Really bad. It's a huge fairway there. Let's take a look at this again. And he just can't believe it. Look at this rough. Can't see his shoes.
Matted rough to thick rough that has not been trampled on. So on the surface with a birdie look, but a long one. McIlroy for birdie. Looking for 2 in a row.
UNLV Rebel, what do you expect?
So McIlroy taps in, remains tied with VJ Singh at 13 under. 26 years younger is McIlroy.
This is a single iron as well. Really high left to right cut going right side of the green.
That was a little dangerous, but not bad. That's very makeable.
Rory McIlroy through the shadows, and McIlroy just one off the lead of Vijay Singh right now, who's at 14 under. This for birdie and a share of the lead.
He continues to play aggressively, though. That tee shot was taken right over the top of the flag after Vijay had hit it close. And here's another look. Even though this grass is wet, putter was a good choice. Hops it through the fringe. But the ball.
432 yards. Fourth hardest hole this week.
Maybe a little down the right.
That's not going to be good. Check in on Rory McIlroy. Oh, how bad is this lie, Roger?
It's heavy, but I've seen worse. 144. Certainly the best angle of the three from the right-hand side. This ball right, going to the very right side.
And more work to do from off the green for McIlroy there.
And back at the 7th hole, Rory McIlroy, third shot here from just off the green to the right. So nicely done, but looks to be about 5 feet left for McIlroy to save his par. Rory now for the par, Roger.
Not too much left in this. It's pretty straight.
Just sneaks it in the right side there. So Rory McIlroy stays at 13 under par. Now one shot back of Vijay Singh after his bogey here. McIlroy, your FedEx Cup leader.
Looks like Rory's got a little bit of a better lie than Ryan and Vijay did, Roger.
Yeah, good break. I mean, his drive was the most offline considering his power, but he's ended up where the gallery was standing and it's all trampled down, so you can get the club on the ball cleanly. Has 139 left in a perfect angle, shooting right up into the green.
Get in the hole!
Just right of the hole.
Easily the best of those 3 shots from the right rough. At the 8th, a chance to tie Vijay atop the leaderboard.
And just ever so slightly downhill, should turn some to his left.
I left that one on the low side.
McIlroy talking things over now, getting set here at the par 5, and that fortunate, Roger, that ball stayed in the fairway.
Yeah, he really is. If it had gotten through, he wouldn't have an opportunity to reach this green now. He's got 272 to the hole, 268 to the front, just on 4 paces. So still take a pretty good blow. Wind hurting a little bit from the right.
Get in the hole!
This is flaming to the right, way to the right again.
It's been his miss, but not that badly. That won't be a party. The 3rd for McIlroy at 9, Roger.
Real good chance this won't get on the green. Ball above his feet, heavy grass, tree limbs underneath, or ahead of him. He has to play underneath. That is a very good effort.
Hang on.
Get it there.
Okay. Able to hold it up.
Would you call for a rolling, please?
Now McIlroy just off the green for birdie.
Quick little chip here down the hill. Bladed it. Played it like a pirate. That's still going to race a little bit.
Yeah, too firm to take that.
Came out sideways. It was.
It did.
No, it was just the one hit. just shot left. That's all. Those the options. Utility club. And sometimes turn the toe of the putt around.
There's McIlroy. And not this time. So many times we've seen him make magical saves. That second shot, well, right, did him in here at 9. So Rory is not on that page. 12 under.
Let's go to the 10th.
And McIlroy's second.
Just 101 yards to the hole. Just bludgeoned the driver down here.
Spinning it back after the 305-yard drive and stays on the surface. A little bit hot after the bogey at 9. Now McIlroy will get his chance to get one back.
Yeah, slightly uphill here. Should move a little to his right.
Needs a little spark right now, Raj.
Yeah, that 6th at last, a little deflating.
30.
Just kind of struggled today, Terry. Just has not been his best.
Well, looking at a graphic, 39 birdies since the start of the Deutsche Bank, and in today's round, he's even par. Gotten used to him making birdies and eagles. There's one.
Little fist bump there.
So Rory back to within 2.
As we go back to 11 now, and Rory McIlroy, Roger.
And he has 281 to the hole, 265 to cover the front left of the green.
Adam Scott did tap in for his birdie to move to 14 under, just 2 shots back.
It's just a high launch right at the flagstick.
And it's coming back, Roger. How's that? Pretty good golf shot from Rory. But it's still coming back. Where will it end up?
Steve, from Tiger's second to McIlroy's second. I mean, we're getting spoiled here.
Now, let's take a look at this from above, Frank. Rory McIlroy, when he gets a hold of one, man, does he hit it beautifully.
Yeah, full cut. Just talking about how high it went. You imagine if the screen was firm, probably would have rolled all the way back.
Steep. Rory McIlroy, his eagle attempt.
Downhill breaking to the left. After as majestic a 3-wood as I've ever witnessed.
A little bit too much pace on that one for it to take that break. Majestic is one way of putting it, Roger. That shot was so good from the fairway, it made you chuckle. Amazing. McIlroy has so much confidence right now. He said he's putting as well as he ever has, and he is so in control with his swing. And here's Rory McIlroy now, his shorter birdie attempt than VJ. Just when we were talking about the confidence with the putter, he misses that.
McIlroy's second now.
104, but a very heavy lie. But shooting right up into the angle of the green. So from this distance, it shouldn't be a huge issue, I wouldn't think. You see that wad of grass that came up.
And the ball goes down.
And it hangs up on a bank above the bunker.
Club head just turned, Frank.
Yeah, he took a dig at it. Slightly on the uphill line.
Third shot at 12 from McIlroy.
Go back to 12.
McIlroy's par on the way, still at 13 under. So Rory, 4 shots behind VJ Singh. McIlroy at 13.
Same club as VJ. Oh, through the trees.
Saw yesterday Rory McIlroy have some problems with these around the green. Second shot at 13.
We'll see it's fast past the hole.
Yeah, that's nowhere near his standard. Long par putt for McIlroy.
Might have got an idea from VJ.
It's a good point. Similar line, and Big save for Rory.
McIlroy, Roger.
Yeah, 194 left. Huge drive, carried it all the way to this point.
This may be one of the best position drives we've seen today on this hole.
I like it.
Way up in the air. There's two a little right.
How about that? It's just hard to figure. How hard is that wind out there, Roger?
Not that bad, Jimmy. It's probably blowing 10, 12 miles an hour, maybe a bit more.
So there you have it. The entire field has gone through. 15 players hit the green.
Well, let's go back to Rory at 14 quickly.
As we saw just a moment ago, missed the green to the right.
Very heavy lie here, Jimmy. An uphill.
The good news is he's got some green to work with, but that's going to trundle off to the left, and he's going to leave himself a considerable distance there. Back at 14, perfect drive for Rory McIlroy, but a loose second shot. Chipped it out to here. Very nicely done. So 4 nonetheless. Rory McIlroy stays at 13 under par, 1 under for the day.
Rory McIlroy is next to hit, Raj.
Just 2:14 left. 47 yards past the drive of Vijay Singh now. I don't think Vijay got a real solid, but still, you can see the difference in power. This young man can really throttle it when he hits it. Sun. This is a little left to the hole, and I lost it.
Well, he made it all the way to the green, and he walked it in there. You knew he liked it when he spun the club, and then he started walking towards that 15th green. Nicely done. Rory McIlroy now has an eagle attempt coming up in a few minutes. Now here's Rory for eagle. And that was never enough. Anything you see here in Rory's birdie attempt?
I think it's inside the hole, certainly on the left-hand side. If anything, it might go a little right, but just got to hit it firm up the hill.
That's his 3rd birdie of the day. Rory McIlroy now to 14 under par.
Rory McIlroy now. And that's headed right. There's a bunker.
Oh, he'll take that out of play whether or not it's trees.
No, that's way right. McIlroy from 150 yards, and can he see the hole, Roger?
Well, yeah, he can see the hole. He's got some tree limbs in front of him that are an issue. He has a good lie, 150 yards. He can either play to the right of the tree limbs or try to hit a low draw across the water, which would seem a very difficult shot to play.
Be the ball.
Well, that's just what he's played, and it is at the hole. What a shot.
That's pretty good, huh?
That's really good.
That is some manufacture right there for young Rory McIlroy.
So we go back to 16.
And after that beautiful shot from somewhere right of the fairway now, Rory McIlroy for birdie, Roger.
Should go a little right early on, straighten up in the area of the cup, maybe even go back a little left.
So just off the left side there, and we stay right here for Rory McIlroy.
I would think this would be inside on the left. If anything, the tendency would be go a little right.
You know, we talk about the volatility in these standings. He's the only player on tour not out of the top 20 in any week all season long in the FedEx standings. Pretty good season for him so far. 3 wins, of course, excuse me, 4 wins. And that major championship, a big win last week.
We are back at the 17th, the par 3. Roger, Rory came up a little bit short off the tee.
Yeah, a little wind got to him. Sudden change in it, I think, resulted in a missed club. Now, this is a pretty basic little pitch. Just land the ball on the green a little bit, let it release out to the hole.
Get in the hole!
And that's what he's done. Exactly the way you called it, Roger. Nicely done there by Rory.
And here's the man who is pretty much taken over as of late. McIlroy on the tee. Bit of a tough sky right now. Clouds overhead as the sun starts to set. It does avoid the divot. And McIlroy middle of the fairway now.
137 left.
Hasn't been that much of a spark with him today, Roger.
Oh, he hasn't been his best today. He's missed a number of drives to the right. I don't think he's driven it as effectively as he has in other days. Just hasn't been dead on. There's now a wedge just left of the hole.
That's better.
You know, he hadn't been his best the last 2 days. He said he was nowhere near his A game yesterday, but he shot 68, held it together, and here he is, 3 shots off the lead on day 3 with a chance to get even one closer right now. This to get it to 15 under. To within 1 of the lead. McIlroy. Remember last week he didn't start with the lead on the final day. He ended with it, and he plans to do the same, no doubt, this week. 15 under. Trying to win for the 2nd straight week in the playoffs.
It's up the right side, trying to turn over. Should find the fairway.
All right, getting ready for his 2nd now here at the 1st.
It's a 2nd of 130 into the breeze. A little bit of an upslope. 2 birdies here already this week. Just right and holding its line.
Rory McIlroy, this for birdie and a share of the lead at 1.
He birdied this hole the first 2 days. Is it?
Good looking putt though. McIlroy's 2nd.
He said he had a good session on the range last night. Sorted something out. Certainly did. Now, switch ball.
He did.
Whatever you can do, I can do better, says Rory.
Replace that. What do you think of McIlroy to get there?
Now 4 at the top.
4. We knew it was going to be one of those days, Frank, shaping up to be that way. Just after 1 and 2 holes by the top names in the final groups.
Rory's got about, what, 40 feet, Dottie?
47 according to the shot length scoreboard. Got the 5-iron off the tee, really stuck in the ground way high. Kind of skirt the spine going up their wonderful speed. Putting right across the fall line. Gary got a pretty big amount of movement to the left. 3 he made yesterday was a bonus here. Is it going to be back to back?
Back over to the 5th for Rory McIlroy, and Dottie's there.
289 to the front, 294 to the hole. The breeze a little bit stronger and helping to the right. Take his best one, but he's got a shot.
Be 2 big hits if he can get it near the green. He likes it.
Very right side of the green.
So right in front.
Is this going down? Let's check it out. Yeah, a little bit of a scooper there, Dottie.
McIlroy a putt away from joining Mickelson at the top at 17 under.
That water there, short and right. He's playing left, aiming left. He's gonna play cut.
This does start left of the flagstick, trying to cut.
To 6 for maybe the modern day King McIlroy.
Huge amount of improvement in his putting this year. Has moved up some 60 spots in the rankings.
Man, everybody has missed it low, haven't they, from both sides of the screen?
Now over on 7, Rory McIlroy's ready with his second, Dottie.
Sorry, I have 149 yards for Rory. Wind seems to be trying to turn around and help. More out of the right. A little more precise ball striking overall. Just an occasional hangout shot to the right. This is not doing that. This is right at it.
And this green is starting to firm up. You saw the graphic. He's hit the ball so much better today. Hit every green until that one. Yesterday, as you noted, Donnie, he struggled leaving a lot of shots to the right and turned a 76 into a 69, as he said. Rory, with his third, going to hit a little bit of a mini flop here out of that tangled grass behind this green. And he's done nicely there. He went on to make his par 4.
Now McIlroy in some trouble there.
Driver off the tee, I believe his left foot should be in the hazard, but the ball is not. 101 total.
Hard to control the distance, I would think, coming out of that lie. He does a pretty good job. Now McIlroy with a chance for the outright lead. That's not firm enough. Mickelson did tap in for the bogey. So now 4 tied atop the leaderboard at 17 under par.
Back to the 9th, and McIlroy on the tee.
Very important tee shot to make birdie or eagle. Yeah, that is a big tee shot. Nice uphill lie.
Back at the par 5 9th, McIlroy.
231 from an absolute launcher lie. This should be extraordinarily high.
Slope.
And it is at the center of the green.
He likes it. He likes it a lot. For good reason, he makes it into a par 4, doesn't he? That's the advantage of Rory and why he could stay at number 1.
Back to McIlroy, who has this eagle attempt. Dottie?
Well, he's been all over the map on this hole this week with a birdie and eagle, and yesterday a bogey. The early break in this putt is to the right, back into the shadows. Putt that I've seen a couple of times this week, and the players have actually underread it.
This just all that separates Rory McIlroy for taking the lead by himself at 18 under.
Yeah, Dustin, I think, looked at the leaderboard and said, man, if I make this putt, I'll be the leader. Doesn't usually work out real well.
Well, this guy trying to win back-to-back playoff events. Solidify his standing on top of the FedEx Cup points list at number 1. And a solid front 9 for McIlroy out in 333. Second for McIlroy, who Westwood is tied with at the top at 18 under.
Oh, yes.
Come on back.
Oh, yes. Looks like 19 under for this man.
And not much left for Rory's birdie, Dottie.
No, this is for back-to-back birdies of about the same length, really. Seems to strike these short putts with such confidence. It's very much like Tiger did when he was, well, Rory's age.
Just left center.
Real firm left wrist.
McIlroy played with Tiger the first couple of days. And right now it is the young 23-year-old leading the BMW Championship. In time now for driving holes presented by Fidelity Investments. And here at the par 5 11th, you want to go with a draw.
Well, the wind is coming into and a little left or right.
They seem to like that one. Big hard swing there, right up the center. McIlroy laid up as well.
A 108. Got himself down the far left side of the fairway. Really good angle here. Does a nice job of usually with this kind of sawed-off finish, keeping the ball lower into the wind.
Rory.
Spin. And a good shot. Leaves a little right to left breaking putt. And we see McIlroy projected to be on top in the standings. With Woods second. Snedeker in that important 5th spot. Danny, that is key, isn't it? The top 5 as you get to Atlanta. If you happen to win the Tour Championship, you control your own destiny.
And again, it was very unusual last year when we described the scenario of Bill Haas coming out of the 25th position. It was described as a perfect storm, which is exactly what it was. I mean, that is very unlikely to happen again. Everything working his way. So much better to get high on the list and be number 1. That's your best shot.
2-shot lead.
Not going to break that much. With a par, means at 19 under and at 12.
McIlroy on the tee of this par 4.
Well, this will have some hang time downwind from the right. Just fits his shot shape perfectly.
So well balanced, though. Well, he takes it back and coils, and then he drops it in and just stretches the rubber band even more.
For the leader, McIlroy. Just 118.
He's aiming out to the right, I'm sure. Nice. That is very nice, and that's a good place to putt from.
Just off the Marcus McIlroy, and that is very unusual for a guy like Bill Haas, who's so accessible. One of the nice, really nice guys on tour. McIlroy wanted that one, but everybody stays within 1. And Rory off the tee, 184 yards.
8-iron with the wind pushing the ball into that corner of the green. Must carry at least 172 in the air at the flagstick.
You gotta just sneak it by that tree. Cut shot is a shot, Toddy. There's a little cut. You can see, just very safe, smart, perfect distance, running down the hill. So that's what you want to do when you're in the lead or near the lead.
Rory McIlroy trying to increase his lead for birdie at 13.
Really a 2-part putt that is downhill to start. Will swing up over a small little rise before it gets to the hole.
Tough read on Dottie. It's just sort of a
both of these
fake.
putts are.
Hopefully his nerves are intact.
McIlroy looking to stay at 19 under.
There's no gimme.
So again, he and Westwood are tied for the lead at 19 under.
Rory McIlroy now. If he can hit that big high draw that he loves so much, and he looks like he likes it. Rory likes it. Oh, that's huge right there, John. Now, Rory Donnie.
197, Peter.
Love this guy's golf swing. Full rotation.
Go all the time.
It's 100%.
Just right of the flagstick, turning over.
A half a club short. Looks like he might have caught that a little fat. That was a pretty thick divot. He's got his work cut out from there.
I think Rory has the more difficult of these 2 shots. And really needs to control as best he can the trajectory coming out of here, and it will land on the downslope. That's the big question mark.
Catching class right there.
Back at 14.
Rory now for his par. Oh, this kid is clutch, isn't he? So impressive. He can hit every shot in the bag. So Rory McIlroy walks off the 14th green with a one-shot lead.
And there is McIlroy at 15.
And he has owned this hole. Eagle and 2 birdies the first 3 rounds.
This is the club that's got to do it, though.
Well, I would say by that reaction, he has hit it in the fairway. Yep, there you go. And long. Look at that ball get some release, Johnny. That we haven't seen much of that this week. McIlroy second.
227 in total, 218 over the bunker.
This is where that high, soft, long iron can really pay off.
And that's exactly what he's done, just a matter of how far it flies.
Oh, what a beauty. What a beautiful shot.
I think he's the best in the world at long irons now.
Well, they just come in so high and land so softly, Johnny. Speedy putt here down the hill. Should be going a little left, Dottie.
That's correct. I think it has to be off the hole.
Well, he has not made a lot of putts today. We see the longest one, 4 feet 11 inches back on the 14th hole. This one just under 14 feet. It's low. It's low. Gonna be a nice, safe birdie, though.
Always nice to have the good-looking eagle option birdie.
Yeah.
That's what his game on par 5s has just turned into.
Our leader, Rory McIlroy, with a driver.
And with the wind helping, he could make this long hole pretty average with a good tee shot.
Boy, he just bends down, picks that tee up so quick, doesn't he?
Well, if you hit it 310 every time and right down the middle, you'd be picking it up too.
Rory McIlroy now, and Donnie, what's he got?
He has 138 off just a smidge of a downhill lie.
You can see the water hazard to the right, those wooden planks, which are such a big part of Pete Dye's designs. I've always said that Pete Dye designs the only golf courses that can actually burn down. That's a big cut, isn't it?
No, it's pulled left. Left for him.
He was aimed over there.
He's staying away from that water. Rory McIlroy now for birdie, Dottie.
I always sort of like these putts, Peter. The ones you didn't have to hit real hard, just concentrate on getting them started on the line. Rory's got one of those. It's slightly downhill.
And it's pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
This guy. This guy is earning that #1 position. Wow. Talk about slamming the door shut. John, this guy is the real deal, isn't he?
No doubt about that.
Since the start of the Deutsche Bank Championship, he's made 3 eagles, 48 birdies, and is 41 under par.
I'd say Garrett's done a pretty good job of getting out of his way, just as he had hoped. 4 iron.
Just don't go left.
Oh, he's chasing this flagstick and it's turning right toward it. Oh, it stayed up.
Oh, yes, it did. All right, McIlroy's little second shot here. Very basic chip shot. Oh, wow. Whoa.
Saw him do that a couple of times in Friday's second round.
That it just kind of lets the grass grab the club, Johnny. It just stops.
It came down so steeply and just
got a lot of grass between the club and the ball. McIlroy for par.
I was going to say that those putts all have gone in with some serious conviction.
Takes no time, no practice strokes. That's what he works on with Dave Stockton. Just walks right in there, takes a couple of quick looks, and knocks it right in the hole.
And waiting for the fairway to clear. It is back into the wind.
Impressive stuff, Dottie. The second shot at 15. Could have made eagle there, and then the great birdie putt at 16, and then that nice par putt at 17, and now just teeing up high and letting it fly with a driver at 18. Bogey-free man.
He's birdied this hole every day so far.
That setup really braced. Just totally braced.
Concerned.
Not that old. That's his idea of left center.
Yeah, McIlroy and Westwood near the top here. They're a fellow European Ryder Cup teammate. Peter Hansen won the European Tour today, so that bodes well for Ola Thobel's squad.
Both teams really rounding into form. Should be pretty exciting.
Surprised if it's inside 20 feet left of the hole. And he was not taking.
Not gonna mess with it, right?
So to get it on the green and roll right down to the hole. All you can do is land it on.
Leads Mickelson and Westwood by 3.
It's a pretty good downslope. Well, they went a Scottish route. Took the chunk out of play.
He's at 21 under par. McIlroy here, this for the win. This would take Mickelson out of it behind him, even if Mickelson has an eagle.
Moves right. He's bogey free today. That's his first bogey, but should be enough unless Phil happens to.
So Mickelson can't hold it out, unlikely, but first bogey in 27 holes for Rory McIlroy to finish on that funk number at 20 under at Crooked Stick and go into the Tour Championship. Number 1. Mickelson needs a par 4 here to stay in that coveted top 5 position. There's Pete Dye, who really has stayed away from coming out here because he says he has to sign so many autographs he gets besieged by all the fans here.